Start it? All right. Okay, it says we're recorded, so that's good. Do you want
Okay.
to show or are you going to present the agenda?
Yes. Yep. So I will. I think. Oh, there's still a couple more people that are popping in. Otherwise, I was going to see if we could ask Susan to officially call the meeting to order. Since she is the co-chair, since
Unmute Susan. Susan. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was
go.
muted.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Actually, Stacy is vice chair now, so the gavel is handed over. Oh, Stacy, you're muted. But I will start the meeting if. Okay. We can't hear you, Stacy, but we can see you. All right. Did we want to wait a few more minutes to see if anyone else is joining in?
Yeah, there's still a couple.
Let's see. Who are we missing?
It looks like we're missing. I don't see Carl.
Donald.
Carl's on his way. He's just trying to find the password. I just shared it with him.
Oh, great.
Okay.
And that password will never change, right? That's the DSP 125. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So for everyone on the that doesn't change every time. That's if you see that DSP. I myself was trying to punch in that access code, and that wasn't
I did that as well. I'm not used to putting in passwords.
Right. So,
yeah. Call me a little paranoid these days. There's so many of these meetings going on. But once you're in, you're in. You've got it.
Right. I thankfully have never been part of one of those Zoom bombings or whatever it's called, so I think that helps prevent the password helps prevent that from happening.
Exactly. So I think we're missing Jennifer, and we're missing. We have. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm going to actually ask Dr. Perella if he can check in with Jennifer, because she hasn't come to any of the meetings, and if she doesn't, we should have a teacher representative here. So if she doesn't want to do that, then we should find somebody who does.
I will.
Yeah, great.
And I don't know if people feel like we should do a check-in with some of the other members as well.
Diane, I think that would be a good idea because there's a few that haven't been coming. I know Jen hasn't, but there are a few that have not or sporadically have come.
And even sporadically, I'm kind of okay with. I know people are going to have a conflict here and there, but you know, if they're not coming to any, then it's a problem.
Right. We need to have somebody fill in their spot.
And then along those lines, this is probably a question for Susan and Stacy. So Susan was the vice chair of the school committee, and Stacy is now the vice chair of the school committee. But I don't know that either one of you was named as vice chair of this group. And so I don't know if that's for Linda, for record keeping purposes, if that's something we need to do as a group, is go through and name a vice chair or identify somebody. I do have to submit that to the MSBA, which is simple, and I'm happy to do it. But I feel like it should be a formal thing that we do if we want to have a vice chair here.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good idea since we're doing all of these remotely. Just to have somebody else to call the meeting to order and take roll calls on the votes.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So we had listed Susan as vice chair on the meeting minutes for the November 19th meeting. So if we want to make that change or vote on that change, I think that would be a good idea so that we have that as a backup plan.
Yeah. So does anybody want to volunteer, including Stacy or Susan, to be the vice chair of this committee?
I mean, I will.
Okay.
Do we have a
Whatever.
motion?
Make a motion to keep it consistent and have Susan Grevalisi as our vice chair, please. Now,
Anybody want a second?
Second.
Okay, so we'll have a
A roll
roll
call?
call. Let me see, I'm just printing out the names of it. Let me just find out. I need to have everyone's names in front of me.
Sure.
It's on
Can you see
it's
the
on
screen?
screen.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. So this whole list. Did you want me to do the roll call?
Sure.
Yeah, so the motion is to name Susan Grevalisi as vice chair of the Revere High School School Building Committee.
Okay. And it was seconded by somebody.
Diane Kelly.
Okay, thank you, Diane. Okay, roll call. Mayor Arrigo is absent. Mrs. Rizzo,
Yes.
Dom Chiaramello,
Here.
Yes.
Susan Grevalisi, yes. Jennifer Hayes,
Absent.
she's absent. Patrick Keith is
Absent.
absent. Diane Kelly,
Yes.
John Perella,
Yes.
Michael Picardi. Is he absent? I can't see who's on here. Is Michael absent?
Michael is
Yeah.
absent.
He is not here.
Let's see. Nicholas Rystrom,
Yes.
Carl Svensson,
Yes.
Rich Viscay,
Yes.
Jerry Visconti is not here, I believe. No, he's not here. Brian Dakin. Is
He
Brian
wouldn't-
here?
They're non-voting, Susan, so you can
Okay,
stop there.
sorry. All right.
Yeah. Brian is,
Okay.
he's on mute.
All right. Okay, so now that we have that formality over, we can continue or actually start the meeting. Today is January 14th, Revere, Thursday, January 14th, Revere High School Building Committee, meeting number 3. So the meeting will be called to order now, and we will have a vote to approve the November 19th School Building Committee meetings. And we'll vote with a roll call. Okay, Mayor Arrigo is absent. Mrs. Rizzo,
Yes.
Mr. Chiaramella,
Yes.
Susan Grevalisi, yes. Jennifer Hayes is absent. Patrick Keefe is absent. Dr. Kelly,
Here.
Mr. Perella,
Yes. Here. So,
Michael Picardi is absent. Nicholas Rystrom.
Yeah.
Paul Svensson,
yes.
Rich Biscay,
Yes.
and Mr. Visconti is absent.
Who was the first and second on the motion?
The motion was-
Stacy,
Yeah, made by Stacy Rizzo and seconded by Diane Kelly.
Thank you.
Was that to accept the minutes or wasn't that to accept Susan?
We need one to
That-
accept the minutes.
Right. So I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
do we? Okay, roll call again. Sorry, what'd you say, Stacy?
All in favor, seeing that we already went through all this.
All in favor, all opposed?
Yes.
Okay. Next agenda item is designer procurement update.
Yep, so I'm going to share my screen, and what we can do is just wanted to take everybody through where we're at with the designer selection or the design firm selection. We are now in the month of January. So we received a total of proposals from 8 different design firms in December. That due date was December 16th. And they have all been qualified by the MSBA. And our next step now is on Tuesday, January 19th is the next, the MSBA DSP panel meeting, where the 8 firms will be reviewed, qualified, and then there'll be a short list of those design firms, and the 3 local DSP panel members, Ms. Rizzo, Diane Kelly, and Mayor Arrigo will be part of that meeting. The left field team will be on the meeting, but we don't have a voice at the meeting. But they will go through each firm and qualifications of the firms themselves, their size, the type of projects they've been doing, and also the current MSBA projects that they're working on that was just published by the MSBA. So this is more of a MSBA held meeting with their guidelines.
So we provided a list of pros and cons for each of the firms. And I think that the 3 local DSP representatives need to be prepared to speak up on the ones that they feel would be most appropriate for this project. And I urge you to do so, because you could end up with someone that is, never done an MSBA project before, for example, that's just trying to get into the MSBA group of architects. And this project is not going to be one for a new architect through the MSBA program, just as an example. But there, we went through a lot of them, and there are some that rise to the top and others that rise to the bottom. So you want to make sure that your interests are heard during this meeting.
Thank you, Lynn. Yes, so there is an MSBA prep meeting for that panel tomorrow. Stacy and Dr. Kelly making sure that you guys received that link to register. And then the information that we have right now, we don't have the formal meeting invitation yet, but it looks like it's going to start around 8:30 a.m. and run till about 10 a.m. on Tuesday. And typically the MSBA scheduling is that 2 weeks after that they hold the actual interviews for these design firms, which would be February 2nd, but we do not have a confirmation of that date yet. There's been some changes in the MSBA meetings, so we're not quite sure if that's going to be pushed out. But again, the hope is that before the end of February, there will be a designer on board to start looking into the different options and analyzing the existing conditions of the building, the site, going through the educational visioning, the educational programming, the space programming, and essentially coming up with the better options, and which ones are going to rise to the top and which ones are going to fall back down to the bottom. And this process will go through March, April, and throughout mid-May, and then there are some dates where the summary requirements will start getting a little bit more refined and narrowed down a little bit more. And then if you're able to see the calendar, this all kind of culminates in September, where there's a couple of dates. Again, these are not published formally by the MSBA, but there'll be dates where they're actually going to start reviewing the options that are presented by the design firms with the Revere team. So not a lot of update as of right now. We have gone through, like we said, December's submissions. All the dates made sense. We pushed hard to get everything advertised and entered and following all the MSBA guidelines before the holidays so that we're in good shape. But still a tight time frame. So best of luck to the DSP members on Tuesday. So that's really all we had for just for an update today. Just wanted to prepare everybody, let everybody know where we're at in the process. If there any other business, any discussions, any questions that anybody has? Excellent. I either put you to sleep or nobody has any questions. All right. And if there are no public comments, the next step would be to vote to adjourn the meeting. If somebody wants to, if nobody has anything to add and somebody wants to make that motion.
Motion to adjourn.
If I
Second.
could add one thing before we go, I just want to let everybody know that I did just email, we have 3 members who haven't been at any of the meetings. I just emailed the 3 of them and said, you know, let us know if you still want to participate or not. And I also checked to make sure we have the notifications going to their right email and they're not like in a spam folder or something. So I'll keep you posted on that. Oh, there's Jerry. He's with us.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Jerry joined the meeting a couple of minutes ago.
Okay.
Thanks, Jerry. A day late and always $1 short. Thanks, Jerry. I know you miss me.
Jerry, you're muted. We can't hear you. Come back to Stacy.
That's all right. Leave him there.
Based on every change. Motion to adjourn.
Jerry, you can ignore my email that I just sent.
Thank you. I apologize.
No worries. And I just want to mention to everybody, you know, we're still kind of in that early beginning phase where things are moving slowly and there are not a million decisions to make and a ton of votes to take, just so that you don't feel like this is what these meetings are going to be for much longer. I think that once we have a designer on board and really start moving into the design phase and we're talking about costs of things and locations of things and all of that, we're going to have a lot more discussion.
Mhm.
Yes, did everybody receive the monthly report? Just want to make sure everybody received a copy of it, and if anybody had any comments or anything you might like to see in the monthly reports.
No, I'm all set.
Good.
Yep.
These monthly reports will continue to get updated every month. And like Dr. Kelly mentioned, we don't have a ton right now, but rest assured there will be plenty to talk about. So right now we are set up for every other Thursday. So I think maybe we'll find out when the designer firm interviews are, and keep 2 Thursdays from now. If the interview hasn't been scheduled, I don't think we have enough of an update for everybody. And then we might just push it out for another portion of time until we have an update. So we'll keep it sort of tentatively scheduled for every other Thursday for now.
Okay. Perfect.
Great.
So do we have a second on Kyle's motion?
Second.
Just, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. Nice and simple. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Thanks,
We'll
everybody.
see everyone. Okay. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Hey, thanks for showing up, Jerry. Bye.
Take care, Stacy. You're the best.